Hey guys, what's up? So all is well here, and what's about you? And now I am going to take a third chapter of class 8 Polity NCRT, and that's why do we need a parliament? Okay, it's a chapter. So in this chapter, we will see how the parliament enables citizens of India to participate in decision making and control the government, thus making it the most important symbol of Indian democracy and a key feature of constitution. So at first, the nationalists of India began to openly criticize the British government and make certain demands. Okay. At first, the nationalists of India began to openly criticize the British government and make certain demands. And the INC demanded that there be elected members in the legislature with a right to discuss the budget and ask questions. So, it is the International Congress, that is the INC, who raised a demand that there be elected members in the legislature with a right to discuss the budget and ask questions. And the government had to be sensitive to the people's needs and demands. Parliament, which is made up of all representatives together, controls and guides the government. We know the parliament is the lawmaking body, and the parliament, which is made up of all representatives together. Representatives means the people who are being elected by the people of India. Okay, so these representatives are altogether account for parliament, and these representatives controls and guides the government. The Parliament of India, it is known as also known as Sansad Bhavan, and this Parliament of India is the supreme lawmaking institution. Rajya Sabha, which is known as the Council of States. Okay, Rajya Sabha, which is known as the Council of States, with a total strength of 245 members, and the Rajya Sabha is chaired by Vice President of India. So, Vice President who is chairing the Rajya Sabha. Then Lok Sabha, which is the House of the People, with a total membership of 545. Okay, 545 members are there in Lok Sabha, and this Lok Sabha is being presided over by the Speaker. So, the Rajya Sabha is chaired by Vice President of India, and Lok Sabha being chaired by or presided by the Speaker. Then the role of Parliament. So, Parliament is the representative of the people. Lok Sabha is usually elected once every 5 years. Country is divided into numerous constituencies, we know, and so that each of these constituencies elects one person to the Parliament, that is known as MP. Okay, Member of Parliament. So, our country is divided into certain constituencies. So, from these all constituencies, each person is elected by the people of India to the Parliament, and this representative is known as the MP or Member of Parliament. So, all these MPs from all the constituencies constitute or together make the Parliament. And then comes the functions performed by the Parliament. What are the functions performed by the Parliament? First, the function is to select the national government. Okay, to select the national government. After the Lok Sabha elections, a list is prepared showing how many MPs belong to each political party. So, after being the election is taking place, that is after the Lok Sabha elections, a list is prepared which is showing how many MPs are belongs to each political parties. For a political party to form the government, the most have a majority of elected MPs. So we know from the majority of elected MPs based on a particular party or political party, a government which is formed. Okay. So if a political party which has to form the government, then it must be possess a majority of elected MPs. Since there are 543 elected members in Lok Sabha, okay, there are 543 elected members are in Lok Sabha, and also plus 2 Anglo-Indian nominated persons are there. Total 545 elected members in Lok Sabha. So, since there are 543 elected members in Lok Sabha, to have a majority, a party should have at least half the number, that is 272 members or more. So, in order to form a government by a political party, we know there is a total strength of 543 elected members are in Lok Sabha, so that in order to form a major political party, that political party must account for at least half the 543 elected total members in Lok Sabha. That is, majority political party should possess more than 272 members. Okay. Then the opposition in parliament is formed by all the political parties that opposes the majority party. Okay. Or the coalition formed. So, how the opposition party is formed? We know if there are 2 political parties are there, then first is the majority party who will govern the country. Okay. Then there is the opposition party which is opposite in the ideals or things of that ruling party, so that this opposition party is there second to that of the ruling party. Then one of the most important functions of the Lok Sabha is to select the executive. Okay. So one of the most important function of the Lok Sabha is to select the executive. The executive is a group of persons who work together to implement the laws made by the parliament. So, executive is more often referred to as the government. Okay. So, this executive is performing major actions, policies, or implementing policies in our society. Prime Minister is the leader of ruling party in Lok Sabha. And the Rajya Sabha functions primarily as the representative of states of India in the parliament. So, how the Rajya Sabha is function in a parliament? So, it is that the Rajya Sabha that is often is represented as a representative of all the states of India. Rajya Sabha has an important role of reviewing or and altering the laws initiated by Lok Sabha. So we know certain laws are initiated by the Lok Sabha, so that the after being initiated all these laws by Rajya Sabha, or Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha has an important role in reviewing or altering those laws by Lok Sabha. Then the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of legislative assemblies of various states. So we know in the states there are certain legislative assemblies are there, so that the members involved in Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of legislative assemblies of various states. So how the members of Rajya Sabha are elected? So the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of legislative members of all the states, various states. Okay, there are 233 elected members plus 12 members nominated by the president. So there are 233 elected members plus 12 members nominated by the president. Then the second role or function by the parliament is to control, guide and inform the government. Okay, to control, guide and inform the government. Parliament begins with a question hour. Through this question hour, the MPs can inquire or ask certain informations about the working of the government. So we know the parliament begins with the question hour. In this question hour, the various MPs from the states can arise certain questions regarding the policies or working of the government. Thereby, we can say that the parliament controls the executive. Okay, parliament is controlling the executive or the governing body. Then the opposition parties play an important role in the healthy functioning of a democracy. So we know in our country also there is the opposition party is there. If the ruling party is make something misdeeds or certain corruptions are made by the ruling party, then opposition party has a great role there, because these corruptions are being opened in front of the society by the opposition party, and then the government can work in a corruption-less manner then. And MPs, that is the representative of the people, have a central role in controlling, guiding and informing the parliament, and this is a key aspect of functioning of Indian democracy. So MPs have also a big role in controlling or controlling the functioning of Indian democracy. Then the third role or function made by the parliament is lawmaking. So lawmaking is the significant function of parliament. Then the people in the parliament. People from different backgrounds are there in parliament. So the rural members from regional parties also there. Some seats are reserved in parliament for the SC and STs, and the reservation of seats for women are also there in parliament. So different backgrounds, different people from different backgrounds are there in parliament. The scheduled people from the scheduled caste categories, STs, and the women members are also there. So in major cases we can think that there is and less number of women participation are there in parliament. Nowadays there's some much improvement when we compared with earlier days, because due to the several women empowerment policies, enforcement laws, etc. in our society. So here the glossary here: approval, coalition, and unresolved. Okay, unresolved means situations in which there are no easy solution to problems. Okay friends, thank you so much.